right into it today. Today is a lesson on phrasal verbs with pass. So let's see here. Okay, let's start with Howell. Howell, question number 1. What is something your parents passed down to you?
My parents passed down to me land.
Learning?
Lan, L-A-N,
Running?
lan, L-A-N-D.
Oh, okay. In English, we say
So
lambs.
how should I say lan?
Lamb. Like this animal?
No, let me write.
That's a really amazing thing to have passed down to you. So she said, my parents passed down land to me. That's amazing.
Landed.
How lucky.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, it's your turn, Jawida. Jawida, what is something your parents passed down to you?
Hi, sir. My parents passed down to me an education.
Wow. My parents passed down my education to me, we can say. Wow, what kind of education? What kind of education?
Of course, because I'm a Muslim, an Islamic education.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, so maybe we can say Islamic. Good. My parents passed down my Islamic education to me. Good. And maybe as a synonym for education, we can also say knowledge. That's another good word.
Yes.
Just a synonym, but great. Yes. That is a very good example of something that is often passed down from parents to children. Religious customs, religious traditions. So you could also say religious customs and traditions to me. My parents passed down religious customs and traditions to me. Wow, fantastic answer, Jawida. Great job.
Thank you, sir. You're welcome.
All right. Not only did you use the phrasal verb well, but you had a lot of good ideas and good vocabulary. So that was fantastic. Words like customs, traditions, religious customs, land, values, ideas. That's just really great. That was really nice. So let's just do a little practice now. And if I call on you, read the sentence, whatever letter we're on, and I give you the verb, but you need to tell me the particle. And there's many particles in English. In, on, up, down, out, from, along, and others. So I'm not going to tell you what the particle is, but you need to look at the context of the sentence and try to complete the sentence with the particle that best fits the meaning of the context of the sentence. So I'll just call on somebody. Okay, how about Jorge? You're lucky number 1. Jorge, you're the first person that I'll call on today. So can you read letter A and try to complete the sentence? And don't worry if you make a mistake. Obviously, it's not a big deal if you make a mistake. Just try your best. So you're up, Jorge. And unmute your microphone as well.
It was such a great offer. I great pace in it. I really know.
That's
I don't know.
okay, Jorge. Who can help Jorge? Who can help Jorge? Who has a guess for what this could be?
I think it could be up. Passing it up.
Yeah, and I think you are correct, Hawo. Yes, exactly. Don't forget the phrasal verb pass up means refuse or decline. So
Mm,
if somebody offers you something great and you pass it up, you refuse or decline it, maybe you will regret that later. So to pass up is to refuse or decline something, like an offer. Good job, good teamwork, guys. Okay, let's go to, let's go to why not have the new student try, Junaid? Would you like to try letter B?
Sure, sir. The room was so hot and humid. After a few minutes, I got dizzy and passed and passed off.
Not quite, but good try. Does anybody want to try to assist Junaid?
Passed off. Double F.
no, bust out.
And pass out.
Yeah, passed out. So passed out has a few meanings. One of the meanings is to faint. Lose
What's
your
conscious?
consciousness. Yeah, this is a person who has fainted. So yeah, that's when you fall over and you lose your consciousness. And oh, here's the definition. Fainting or syncope, I don't know this word. See, I learned something every day too, is a sudden and temporary loss of consciousness. This usually occurs due to a lack of oxygen reaching the brain. That is fainting or losing your consciousness. The most common phrasal verb for this is pass out. If somebody says, oh, I'm gonna pass out, like it means they don't feel good. Dizzy is when everything is spinning in your head. Oh, I'm dizzy. Pass out is fainting or losing consciousness. Great job. Thanks for helping each other. Okay, Kasia, can you try letter C?
Yeah. These ancient traditions and customs have been passed down from generation to generation.
Yeah, perfect. These ancient traditions and customs have been passed down from generation to generation. Wonderful, wonderful. How about let's go to Jessica, letter D, please. Jessica, letter D.
Okay. His great grandmother passed away in her sleep.
Exactly. Yup. So pass away is a very nice way of saying die. So if, typically for family members or if you know somebody, we usually say that someone passed away rather than someone died. Passed away just sounds nicer and it sounds more kind and more gentle. So basically, like, this is a really common way. She passed away. We're saying she died, but died is kind of a harsh word. So it's much nicer and gentler to use this, pass away, as opposed to die. So great job. And let's see here. Let's go to Jawida. Jawida, can you try letter E?
Yeah, con artists and the scrummers try to pass off fake things Already.
Yeah. Pass off. Oh, sorry. Pass off fake things as real. So, like, for example, if you make something that's fake or counterfeit and you tell somebody that it's real so you can scam them and take their money, that is
Mhm.
passing off something as real. Like if you try to pass off something, you're trying to make people think it's real. You're trying to deceive them or trick them or lie to them. And probably because you're conning them or scamming them. So
Like magician person.
yeah, magicians try to pass off things as real. Yeah, they're illusions, absolutely. Or like if it's usually when you're trying to sell something fake. If somebody makes something that is fake or counterfeit, they try to pass it off as real so they can sell it at a high price and make a lot of money. Does that
Yeah.
make sense? Good. Okay, guys, but don't forget, one reason why phrasal verbs are very difficult is because one phrasal verb can have 2, 3, 4, 5 meanings depending on the context. So the same phrasal verb can have multiple meanings. That's always why I say, look at the context of the sentence. Think about the context. It's really important. So if you want to take a guess, here are 4 other phrasal verbs and 4 other definitions. So who wants to guess what pass on could mean? Let's guess out of this 4 here. You can just say it if you think you know.
I think that is communicate.
Yes, absolutely. It's convey or communicate. Good. Awesome. Convey or communicate. Yes, for example, you should pass it on to your friend. Pass it on. Pass it on to your friend. Tell your friend. So if someone says, pass it on, they're kind of saying like, tell somebody else. Like, oh, for example, big party at my house tonight at 7 p.m. Pass it on. Pass it on. Right? If somebody says like pass it on, they're tell other people, right? Oh, big party. Or if somebody says, for example, don't pass it on. Don't pass it on. They're saying don't tell anybody. So pass on. Yeah. Okay, pass out. Pass out. What could this mean? Does anybody know?
Die.
It is the last one.
No.
Teacher.
Not
the
die.
last one is die.
Yes. Very good. Pass on can also mean pass away. Like he passed on to heaven, for example. He passed on to another world. You know, he passed on can also mean he passed away, which means he died. So it really you just have to look at the context and think about what they're talking about, right? Okay, pass out. What does pass out mean other than faint or lose consciousness?
I think
Pass out.
we used to discuss.
Mm-mm.
No?
Ignore, teacher. It could be mean ignore, refuse to
Pass
discuss.
out is like distribute. Like imagine the teacher gives you papers, pass out
Yes.
these papers to your classmates. Like that just means hand out. Hand out or it just means give it to them, hand it out, pass it out. Very common, like the teacher has papers and the teacher gives it to a student. The teacher tells the student, pass these papers out to your classmates. It's really like this, pass out. That's passing out. And pass over is ignore, can mean ignore or refuse to discuss. Like, for example, they passed over me without asking my opinion. They passed over me without asking my opinion. Like, they ignored me, or they skipped me, or they didn't let me discuss. They didn't let me say what I wanted. They passed over me. So, excellent job in class.